The topic I was given is emotional intelligence and soft skills in educational enterprise. Honestly speaking, I want to thank God and thank whoever gave me this topic, because since I received this topic, I want to say that my life has changed a bit, because I started, looking into my own life, through this topic. And I started asking myself a lot of questions. Am I like this? Am I, what are my emotions? What triggers up my emotions? Why do I get angry? Is it necessary? Why do I get sad? Why do I get happy? What are the things, when I'm under stress, what do I do? How do I manage my stress and all that? And I said, thank God and thank the person that gave me this particular topic, because I have been evaluating myself through this topic. Now, emotional intelligence defined. I said, ability to understand and manage your emotions. As a person, as a leader, as a teacher, how do you manage your emotions? How do you manage the emotions of others? If you cannot manage your own emotions, you can't manage the emotions of others. And when we talk about emotional intelligence, what are emotions? Emotions can be sad, you can be sad, you can be glad, you can be scared, you can be worried. These are some of the emotions that we have from time to time. Now you want to ask yourself, what triggers these emotions? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you worried that you cannot sleep throughout the night? You have to take a tablet of medication before you fall asleep. What are the things, that keep you on your feet? So these are emotions. So you must ask yourself, how do I manage my emotions? Because you must know how to manage your own emotions before you can manage other people's emotions. The last speaker said you cannot give what you don't have, and that is the truth. If you are angry now and you react, you don't have the basis to correct your students in the class. Why are you angry? When you have not been able to control your own emotions. Knowledge of how your emotions affect others. As you are seated right there, if you are moody, your neighbor will know. True or false? Yes. Some of us come to work and we are moody. And that action will affect the students we are teaching in the classroom. Our daddy told us of a story how a man punished his students, unknown to him that in future, that man's child will fall into his trap. So how does your emotion affect others? If you are a smiling person, you will affect other people around you. Is that not so? Yes. By the time you are a teacher and you come into the classroom, your face is just like iron. Your children will not be able to ask you questions, because they are afraid that if they ask you questions, you will shout them down or you can even punish them. So you must know that your emotions affect other people around you. So we must be very, very careful in the way we act. In fact, the chairman said it in his opening speech. Our daddy also said it, that your character, everything about you tells who you are and affects other people around you. So your emotions, you must know how to manage your emotions. I urge you as leaders in the offices, as teachers in the classrooms, please be mindful of your emotions. Your awareness and feelings towards others. You must take time to be aware of the person next to you, the people who work under you, the people who work with you. Don't take it that you are one oga up there and that the people below you are down there. You don't know where you are going to meet tomorrow. Yeah, we are happy with one another. We are seeing all the legacies. We are seeing all the beautiful and wonderful things. So, your awareness and feelings towards others, you must be very careful. When you do things, know how it affects somebody. Then guiding principles that informs your actions. What are your guiding principles? What are your guiding principles that informs your actions? If you do something, can you stand your ground to say, I did this because of this, I did this because of this? Now you must also think and know when to react over issues, over circumstances. When we're also talking about emotions, some people just block their minds. They don't want to open up and hear the truth. Oh, this is how we used to do it. You cannot go further if all you know is this is how we do it, this is how we've been doing it. You open up your mind so that you will accept the truth. And the Bible said the truth will set us free. So, emotional intelligence is the key to relating well with others and achieving your set goals. I tell you the truth, if you don't know how to relate, you cannot achieve your goals. You cannot be a one man in an island or a one-eyed man. You need to work with people. You need to partner with people. You need to have a good team. So, and then, once you are able to have your guiding principles that forms your actions, you are good to go. I also said ability to value people and empathize with them. I'm sorry to say that some of us, we don't value people. There's that adage that says, it's only when you lose something that you value the person. And it's not supposed to be so. You must value every single person you work with. You must value your children in your classroom. Like the last speaker said, there's no dull person. There's nobody who is so bad that you want to throw away. If your child is so bad, you cannot throw away your child. Is that not right? You will find a way of molding that child, even a child who is not academically strong. By the time you go the extra mile, you'll be able to change the perception of that child. You'll be able, you know, to make that child a better person. Like I tell my staff, I said, if you have a challenged child in your class, don't complain. God has a reason for bringing that child into your class. And what do? You must make sure that for the period that child is in your class, you must make an impact in the life of that child. You don't say, oh, let the academic session end and push that child to another person. No. If no impact is made in the life of that child through you, then you are a failure. True or false? I can't hear you. I'm a failure. We will not be failures in Jesus' name. Amen. So we must know our emotions and know the emotions of other people. And then when we know the emotions of other people, we empathize with them. We listen to them. And we are committed to them. Next slide, please. I'm going to rush because I have just 40 minutes. 5 elements of emotional intelligence. We have 5 elements of emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, motivation, and social skills. I'll just take them briefly. Self-awareness. Self-awareness entails, no, not that. Yes. Self-awareness entails knowing your strengths and weaknesses. You know, when we're defining Emotional intelligence, I said, is managing your emotions and the emotions of other people. This self-awareness entails knowing your strengths and weaknesses. You must know how far you can go. Some people, in order to satisfy, or let me put it in another balance, in order to do eye service, they'll tell you they can do this, do this, do this. You are a jack of all trades and master of none. You should be able to know your strengths and your weaknesses. How far can you go? Are you able to take on this task effectively, willingly, and truthfully? Or you can just take just 80% of the task and be bold enough to tell whoever has given you the task, I'm sorry, I can't do this. This is how much I can go. So you must be able to know your strengths and there's no pretense about that. It's not a crime if you cannot do everything. It's only God that can do everything. So you must know your strengths and your weaknesses. Then self-aware people, they are self-confident. Why are they self-confident? They are self-confident because they can manage their emotions. They are not pushed by their emotions. Some of us, as we are here now, especially we women, you know we do a lot of work. We are thinking of how we go to the market after this seminar. Some of us are thinking of how we are going to pass through the go-slow. The traffic, I faced a lot of traffic coming here, you know. So we say that self-confidence is one of them. They don't allow their emotions to rule them at all. If they are sad, you can't even know they are sad. And maybe when you know of the challenges they are facing, you now ask them, oh, so you are facing this type of challenge, and you are here smiling and laughing as if nothing is wrong with you. So they are able to control their emotions. And then, knowing how to control your emotions, self-awareness, makes you to know how to control your emotions. Next slide, please. Self-regulation. Self-regulation, you are able to exhibit honesty and integrity. You know, some people are not honest. They behave as if they are honest, but they are not honest. Integrity is 0%. And I know we don't have such people here because this is a mission school. And God will continue to help us even outside the school, that God will grant us the grace to continue to be honest in all that we do and show integrity in Jesus' name. So the self-regulated people, they exhibit honesty and integrity. And then they are open to new ideas. They are open to new ideas. You know, there's at times some people will suggest one thing or the other. We have a group of people who will say, oh, it will not work. The negative ones, it will not work. This is how we've been doing it. Others will say, no, let's try it, let's try it. Then some will say, there are some people who have tried it, they have failed though. Those are the negative people. Their emotions are in the negativity. They don't want to move forward at all. So you find that the self-regulated people, they are open to new ideas, and that is what all of us should be. We are in a digital world now. We should be open to new ideas, whether it is palatable or unpalatable to us. Taking responsibility for your actions. Now the self-regulated people, they don't blame anybody. They don't blame when things are not going wrong. They don't blame anybody. You know, in the Bible, when God appeared and said, Adam, where are you? He said, I'm hiding. God now said, how do you know you are naked? He said, because the fruit of the woman that gave me is the woman who gave you, is the serpent. Blaming others. You cannot take responsibility. You know, that adage says, uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. If anything happens in a school system, they will not hold the teacher. Who are they going to hold first? The head, the principal. So if the principal does not know what is happening in her school, his or her school, she's in for it. You must know what is happening in your school. So you'll be able to know who did this or who did that. In fact, when any question is being asked, it should be at the tip of your finger. If it's not at the tip of your finger, then it means you don't know what is happening. So, the self-regulated people, they take responsibilities for their actions. They don't blame anybody. You know, some people will say, I am poor. In Jesus' name, I'm not poor. I am poor because my uncle in America did not help me. They said they are sending me dollars. And before they send the dollars, what are you doing? The Bible said that God will bless you with what you have. Is that not so? Yes. You see that every day you are fasting. You are doing 30 days fasting, suffering yourself, and getting leaner and leaner every day. You are doing a night vigil, 7 days of the week. You are not doing anything, and you are saying, God, let manna fall down from heaven. Gone are the days that manna will fall down from heaven. Manna will not fall down from heaven now. So don't blame anybody. You have to get something doing. And when you ask God to bless you, Moses' rod, God used Moses' rod to do so many things. Is that not so? Yes. So if it is biro you are using, use that biro very, very well. And God will bless you through that biro. If it's your mouth you are using, use it very well. But don't use it to curse. Use it to bless. So we find that the self-regulated person is takes responsibility. Empathy. Empathy is putting yourself in the position of others. You just have to put yourself in the position of others. Somebody or people under you might come to you and say, I'm sorry sir for coming late. Whatever, and give you excuses. And then rather than empathize with the person, listen. You don't even want to listen. You don't want to listen. You throw the hammer because you are the authority in that place. It's not right. So you must learn to empathize. Somebody comes to you, is seeking counsel for a situation that is very, very urgent and important. We should learn to empathize with the person. Then helping others to manage their emotions. I must let you know that some people can't manage their emotions. That's true. Some people, they can't manage their emotions. So when you empathize with people, you help them to manage their emotions. There are some people, you can never see a smile on their face. True or false? True or false? So you don't even know when they are happy and when they are not happy. You don't even know when to go close to them, to even greet them. You are afraid to come close to such people. So you help them to manage their emotions. And how do you help them to manage their emotions? You bring them close. Bring them close. No matter the level they are. Bring them close. Get to know their challenges, and then you help them to manage their emotions. Then identifying the needs of others. In helping them manage their emotions, you also help them to identify their needs. We have a lot of people who have needs, but some people are shy. See, the Bible said that God gave us mouth to do what? To talk, Abi. He said, ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and what? Shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened to you. So some people, they don't know how to ask. So identify the needs of these people. And when you identify their needs, please don't be too judgmental. Some of us, we are too ready to judge. We see people, we just judge them. We judge them without even wanting to know anything about them. Don't be too judgmental. See things from the eyes of the other person. And when you do this, you establish a very good relationship with them. Then giving others opportunity for career development. That's your empathizing. You see, in a team, when you work in a team, some people just want to shine. They want to shine. They don't want others working with them to shine. Even though the others are the ones who are doing the work, oh, they want to put them down. When you are talking, you talk like one big man, as if you are the one that did all the work. Only you want to shine. And yet, those who did the work are those working with you. Those ones down, they are nothing to write home about. So we must give opportunities for career development. And how do we give opportunities for career development? We train them, we encourage them, and we also let them shine. We don't put ourselves first. We carry others along. Listening to verbal and non-verbal messages from others. For instance, you give an assignment to somebody. The person might not be able to do it. But because of your emotions, because of the way you have displayed yourself to that person, the person is afraid to say, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling too fine. I have a headache, I have a fever. Please, can I be let out? You know, the person is afraid. And so the person is making some non-verbal messages with the body and all that, and you still have not seen it. I was watching a film with my husband one day, and in that film, there was this pregnant woman. I think she is a secretary, with about 7 or 8 months pregnancy, and the other would say, come on, go and do this work. I need this paper by 5 o'clock. In fact, by 6 o'clock. And the woman will be walking with her stomach like this. And the other could not even say, okay, madam, something is wrong with you. So we should empathize with people, listen to verbal and non-verbal messages. I'm not saying I'm too good, though. Nobody's good. But you see, I try as much as possible. This paper has really helped me a lot. I try as much as possible to listen to non-verbal messages. There are times I see my staff, I just look at them and I say, what's wrong with you? And they start laughing, this is this. It's okay, tomorrow don't just come to work, just sit down too. School is not a hospital now, Abi. I don't want to have problems on my hands. I'm not a nurse. I did not take training in medicine. I did education. So I don't know how to give injection. I had a staff one year, and the way I was seeing her, I'm sure she was to deliver in the next 2 months, but I stopped her from working and I paid her. We paid her full salary. I don't want her to come and faint one day. You know, teachers, we stand to teach now. If you sit down to teach, you are not a teacher. We stand. So how can a pregnant woman, I'm seeing her, she's just doing as if she's going to faint in me. I just stopped her from working. Just sit down and I'll pay your salary. So we must be able to empathize. We must be able to empathize. Next page, please. Motivation. People with high emotional intelligence are usually motivated. They are motivated and they help to motivate others. Then highly productive people, they love challenges. They love challenges. People with high emotional intelligence, they love challenges. But there are some people, they don't like challenges at all. Garbage in, garbage out, that is it. If you want to move forward, you must love challenges. You must love challenges. Or if you don't love challenges, please go and learn how to love challenges, because that's what will move you forward. People that align with the goals of the organizations. I think it was our daddy who said, you are working in a place and you are using your mouth to spoil the place. The place where you are getting your food. It's not right. So, you must align with the goals of the organization. And I think it says something about mission statement and all that. So if you don't align with the goals of your organization, then why are you there? You have no business being there. You must align with the goals of your organization so that the organization can move forward. The organization cannot be doing one thing and you are doing another thing. So we must all learn to align with the goals of the organization. Then consistent in meeting targets. You must be consistent in meeting targets. I think I heard him say that a job you are supposed to finish for 30 minutes, 2 hours you have not even started. Why were you recruited? Were you recruited just to come and sit down and drink garri in the office? Then at the end of the month you get your salary. That's not right. You are cheating the organization. You are cheating the people you are working with. Above all, you are cheating God and you are cheating yourself. So we must be consistent in meeting targets. A target is given. You have 5 that were given the assignment and the target. And then 3 or 4 finished. What were you doing? Okay, 10 more minutes. Next slide, please, let's rush it. Next slide, next slide, next slide. Let's rush it. Social skills. Now, it is usually easy to talk to and like people with good social skills. That is the truth. I've outlined the social skills there. Communication, listening. Social skills is also known as a common skills or core skills. You know, to be a successful person, you must have communication, listening skills, reading, delegation, negotiation, creative writing, conflict management, and leadership skills. I tell you, some of these social skills, they are the things that employers are looking for before they can recruit employees. And there are some of the things that will determine whether an employee will be promoted or whether he or she will stay put. Because if you don't have good communication skills, how are you going to communicate with the children in your class? Or listening skills, creative writing, conflict management? How can you do that? Next slide, please. Importance of emotional intelligence is the next slide. Okay, if you can't find it. Now, importance of emotional intelligence. What I have here, one of the importance is management of our emotions and that of others. That's one key factor. Then the second one, conflict resolution in organizations. Then effective collaboration and teamwork. In an organization like this, there must be effective collaboration. You must be able to collaborate with one another and work as a team to meet set goals and set targets. Then relationship management. You must be able to have a wonderful relationship with your team. Self-evaluation. Be able to evaluate yourself. Can you be bold enough to say, I have done well or I have not done well? Or to say, okay, this is the reason why we failed in this assignment. Be able to evaluate yourself. The knowledge of our strengths and weaknesses, which I have said. Stress management is one of the importance of emotional intelligence. Then eliminate critical attitude. We must try to eliminate critical attitude. Then helps you think before you act. Some of us, we act on impulse. Something just happened, bam, and you just act without even knowing the cause. Next slide, soft skills. Soft skills. Soft skills are known as either common skills or core skills. These personal attributes will determine how well a person will fit well into a team. It will determine how well, soft skills. There's some we also call hard skills. Those ones are like professions. You are reading as a medical doctor, as a lawyer, as an educationist, whatever. But soft skills are skills everyone must have. Everyone must have soft skills. People skills, social skills, communication skills, emotional intelligence, which is part of them. We've been talking about emotional intelligence, then personality traits, which helps a person work effectively with others. So all these soft skills, they are inherent in some of us, but some of us don't want to discover it in our lives. We just sit down there, we are not moving forward, we are just there. So we, as educators, must develop these various soft skills which will help us in our future lives. And these soft skills, they are things you show rather than tell. You show it. Your skills, skills of writing, skills of communication, skills of negotiation. You see it, you don't tell it. Major soft skills. In major soft skills we have collaboration, time management, creativity, emotional intelligence, communication, and adaptability. I've talked about collaboration, working together. Time management, they have just told me that I have 10 minutes, should be able to manage our time, 40 minutes. Creativity, you must be very, very creative. In this 21st century, you must be extremely, very, very creative. You must be creative in your teachings. You know, education is dynamic. It's not what we garbaged in last year, we still garbage this year. Emotional intelligence, that's what we have been talking about, managing your emotions and the emotions of others. How do you deal with yourself under very stressful situations? Do you let loose? Do you yell at people? Do you do things you are not supposed to do? We should be able to manage our stress and our emotions. Then communication, we've been talking since, that's communication. It's a two-way traffic. Communication is a two-way traffic. Then adaptability. How are you able to adapt yourself in the environment you find yourself? Your teaching will be effective, you'll be regarded as an effective teacher, and your children will be happy for it. Thank you very much.